Good evening, all. We welcome you all to Worshipful Brother Ernie's first night. And we express our gratitude for the time you spent to attend for tonight's proceedings. First of all, we would like to acknowledge Sister Grace, the Rivera family coming from different places, Worshipful Brother Ernie's family, ladies and gentlemen, families and friends, and brethren, welcome all this evening. To continue for tonight's proceedings, we would like to call on Brother Edwin Santamaria to offer the invocation for tonight. Thank you.
Good evening. I would just like to start. Please put your phone on silent, just to be sure that we'll do this very solemnly. Thank you. As we gather here tonight, please all stand, please. Thank you. As we all gather here tonight, the celebration of life of our dear departed brother Ernie has reached its end of his earthly toils. The brittle trend of bounding to earth has been severed. Liberated spirit, winging the flight to the heavenly and above. I would like to quote a passage. Don't be afraid of death. Accept it is on this day, generously when God wills it, how God wills it, and where God wills it. Believe me, it will come at a time, in the place, in a way that are best. We all know that God controls everything, and we surrender our dear departed Manong Ernie into his celestial abode. Thank you. Amen. So may it be.
Please be seated, please. For tonight's proceedings, my name is Juno Kembao. I'm a brother and a friend of Worshipful Brother Ernie, and I'll be the one conducting for tonight's proceedings. To start with, we would like to call on Worshipful Brother Manuel de Guzman to give us Worshipful Brother Ernie's Masonic history. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Manuel, and I'm Ernie's, friend, brother, and he's my mentor. He showed me all the ropes for being a good Freemason, and I thank him for that. Kuyang Ernie's Masonic journey started in the Philippines, where he joined the Brotherhood of Demolay at Lincoln Lodge Masonic, Lodge number 34, a youth leadership organization with a Masonic roots for young men aged 12 to 21. This opportunity provides them with a valuable experience and development, and ultimately helping them to become more effective leaders as they mature. Kuyang Ernie's life was profoundly impacted by his Masonic journey, which began when he was initiated at age 24 years old, on April 29, 1982. He passed on May 27, 1982, and raised on July 24, 1982. He would often share stories about his experience, recounting the challenges he faced and the triumphs he achieved. Through his journey, he underwent significantly personal growth, becoming a more compassionate and empathetic individual. He used these qualities to make a positive impact on those around him, helping many peoples find employment and offering support to those who need. The whole family moved to Australia in 2005, marked the beginning of a new chapter for him. We all decided to live together in one house. So I got 2 adopted sons with me. Kuyang Ernest's Freemason background was the recurring topic, but he respected my boundaries and never pushed me to join. However, witnessing his nostalgic for the craft in 2015 sparked something within me and decided to pursue a membership. We, including his son Alvin, Kuyang Alvin, become part of Northgate Remembrance Lodge number 285. And in September 2015, Kuyang Alvin and I underwent double initiation and Kuyang Ernest's membership, which marked the start of Kuyang Ernest's Freemason in Australia. This new chapter in his life brought him immense happiness. Throughout his journey, he had the privilege of meeting numerous Filipino brethren, and you know who you are. He thrived in social gathering when good company drinks. Of course, he doesn't drink. He only drinks Diet Coke. And a camaraderie brought him joy. He joined various lodges, whether Lodge number 252 and Lodge Taringa number 76, and the different orders. Eustace Jones Sovereign Chapter number 157, and becoming a founding member of the Brisbane Shriners Club. He dedicated his Masonic journey to the Lodge Taringa number 76, where he felt a sense of belonging and worked diligently toward attaining the esteemed position in sitting in the East. In 2021, he achieved this goal of sitting in the chair of King Solomon and successfully completing different degree, which filled him with an overwhelming sense of pride and happiness. After completing his term, he went on to serve as a treasurer in our lodge, and later secretary of the lodge. And he carried out those responsibilities with great enthusiasm and dedication. So, Kuyang Ernie, may the great architect of the universe protect you and guide you, and to all the brethren whose lives you have touched, we extend our heartfelt appreciation and salute you. Your kindness and generosity are truly inspiring, and we will miss you. So much indeed.
Thank you, Brother Manuel. We'll now move on to the eulogies. First to speak is also close to Worship of Brother Ernest's heart, just like Worship of Brother Manuel Antiguzman. He is the current Worship of Master in Taringa Lodge, maybe called on Worshipful Brother Rilen Chan, please.
Ladies, friends, and brethren, good evening. We gather here tonight, not just to mourn a loss, but to honor and celebrate the life of a remarkable man. He is a true friend, a brother in Freemasonry, and a shining example of integrity, compassion, and service. Kuyang Ernie was more than a friend. He was a brother in every sense of the word. In the lodge, his handshake is firm, steady, and comforting. Whether during rites, charity, or fellowship, he carried the working tools of a Mason with grace and dignity. He lived the principles we hold dear: brotherly love, relief, and truth. He extended his hand to those in need without hesitations, offered wise counsel without judgment, and upheld the tenets of our craft with quiet strength. In his actions, he reminds us that being a Mason is not about recognition, but about living with purpose and honor. Outside the lodge, Kuyang Ernie was equally admirable. A devoted family man, a loyal friend, a mentor to many. He brought light into every room, not just with words, but with acts of kindness, understanding, and genuine care. He taught us not with lectures, but with how he lived. Today, we grieve the absence of his earthly presence, but we also give thanks for the memories, the laughters, the learnings, and the legacy he leaves behind. His journey on this earthly place has ended, but the light he ignited in our lives continues to burn. In Freemasonry, we always speak of the great architect of the universe and the eternal building not made with hands. We take comfort in knowing that our brother now resides in that house eternal, where pain and sorrow do not dwell, and where the soul is at peace. Farewell, our dear Kuyang Ernie. Your apron may be laid down, but your light remains with us always.
To continue, we would like to call Worshipful Brother Jose Dotor from Northgate Remembrance Lodge. Thank you.
A beloved husband, a loving father, a brother, a friend, and a kuyang to all of us. Northgate Remembrance Lodge 285, where I believe it's the first lodge here in Australia to our late Kuyang Ernie. And that was our acquaintance started. Then he left Northgate Lodge Remembrance to join Taringa Lodge. But we still continue to see each other when there are Filipino missions gathering, and at times where I can visit Taringa Lodge for regular meetings and installation. He was a noble, great companion, and a loyal brother, and a confidant. Though my time and our interactions are short, but I know in my heart that he is a good person, and his legacy will remain in us forever. I will never forget our last hand grip when I visited him in the hospital the night before he took his last breath. He was happy to see us. He requested a photo, and there I saw his peaceful smile. Rest well, Kuyang Ernie, in the Grand Lodge above. You will deeply missed, but never be forgotten. In behalf of Northgate Remembrance Lodge 285, I would like to express our deepest and sincere condolences to the whole family. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Junaid. Next to speak will be Worshipful Brother Jimmy Kabamongan. Please, thank you.
Good evening, all. I'm Jimmy. For those who doesn't know me, my relation with Brother Brother Ernie, Brother Ernie is one of my sponsor or godfather, godparent in our wedding. I didn't prepare my speech because every time I hold a pen, my hands trembles and my tears keeps flowing. And I never imagined that I'm gonna stand in front of you giving eulogy to a dear friend, a father. I never wished to stand here. But I want to tell a story about Worshipful Brother Ernie, or Ninong. I always call him Noni. When I asked him to be one of my godparents, actually 3 of them, and my wife King. Every time we visit our wedding photos, especially the 3 ninongs, my wife always tells me that of all the 3 ninongs, Ninong Ernie is just like your copycat. I'm sure when you grow old, you will be like Ninong Ernie, she said. And then I grabbed the wedding photos with them, and I just stare at Ninong Ernie. And I said, yeah, Ninong Ernie has dimples, same as me. Maybe someday when I grow old, I can look like him, but I wish I can imitate him as a good person to everyone. I just wish. um, I just happy and to see him how he embraced life. Not only life, but how he embraced death. Actually, the last time I visited him in their house, I was doing a mud crabbing actually. Just like a proud son, I brought him all the way from north side of Brisbane, traveling to his house, to south side. I brought mud crab, which I caught in Deepwater Bend, just like a proud son, showing the harvest. And I said, Nongni, wait for me, I'll bring you a mud crab. So when I was in the front of his house, I said, Nongni, come here, I'm outside, I'm in front of your house. And when he was when I met him in front of his house, he got this big pot. I said, wow, this is fresh today and it's still alive. And I said, yes, Nongni. So again, because being a proud son, I think that's another week, Kuyang Manuel, I give you another mud crab. And I said, because these two guys love mud. I don't know that they love mud crab, so I just, yes, I'm going to bring you again. So, and then that's the last time that I visited him. And the second or third time that I saw him was in a hospital. But before that, I received he actually created a group chat in Facebook, me, my wife, and him. On his last days, he still keep on advising us to love each other and to look have a good life and a family. I said, my wife said to him that it's not fair that good people go first and Ninong Ernie goes. No, it's good. I'm ready. It's good that I'm leaving because I don't want to see your Ninang suffering. That's the exact word that he said to our group chat. Until his last breath, he still, one of his priorities is Freemasonry. Being our secretary, he still does all the jobs, his responsibilities as Secretary of the Lands, even if he's in pain. And he goes, he got another request actually. He said, those applicants, he said, don't forget to blackball them. So I know we got a couple of applicants here. If you're listening, I'm sorry, but I know I'm just kidding. I am just lucky that I met a really good person. He's not afraid to express his feelings. He keeps on saying, he always texts me, private message me, I love you, anak. Nongni loves you. So it's just sad that that I cannot be bringing home mud crabs, but I know that he's happy. It's just that it's too soon. I know a lot of people here misses him, especially the brethren, because this person, this human being, touches lots of lives. I think that's all I can say, because if I talk too long, I'm gonna cry. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Brother Jimmy. Before we proceed, I would like to share a bit of a story. A few weeks ago, we were chatting in Facebook, me and Brother Ernie, and I asked him, like, give me 3 persons in Freemasonry that you look up to, like to that level, like you really look up to this kind of level. And then he asked, like, how many? I said 3. And then said, oh, this is going to be hard because I know a lot. That he respects so much, and then he look up to, and he treat as a hero and as an exemplar. Why do I have to share this tonight? Because I see in the crowd not only 3 of those people that he mentioned, but 5 of the people that he mentioned in the night. So that means that the feeling is mutual. As Worshipful Brother Ernie, Kuya Ernie, looks up to these brethren, you also have the mutual feeling and mutual respect that you look up to Brother Ernie, same as mine. I consider him a good friend. I consider him an advisor and a loving mentor in Freemasonry. Thank you. To proceed, we will go on to the most important part of the night. It's the Masonic funeral rites. And we would like to call on Brother June Asa to lead us this. Thank you.
Will the brethren of Worshipful Brother Ernie Rivera please stand? I would request all brethren to assume the sign of fidelity as I read the funeral service. As Freemasons, we are assembled this day to pay our Masonic tribute of fraternal affection to our dear departed Brother Ernie, whom the great architect of the universe has been pleased in his infinite mercy to take upon himself. For his attributes as a citizen of Queensland and a Freemason and a member of the United Grand Lodge of Queensland, we cherish his memory. We commend his spirit to God who gave it. The acacia which in past ages has marked the resting place of the illustrious dead, like the weeping willow, is an emblem of tender sympathy and never-dying affection. Being an evergreen, it is emblematic of Masonic faith in the immortality of the soul. I trust that this sacred ceremony will impress on our hearts the words of a beautiful poem contained in the 12th chapter of Ecclesiastes. Remember thou thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Let us strive, by the grace of the great architect of the universe, to prepare ourselves by removing our faults and perfecting our faculties and powers, so that under the fatherhood of God, we shall be able to bring about the brotherhood of man. Brethren, before we leave, let us, with all reverence and humility, express our gratitude to the great architect of the universe for the hope of immortality, for when this transitory life shall pass away, may we all be raised to the grand lodge above, where the supreme Creator lives and reigns forever. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the family of Kuyang Ernie, the Rivera family, the family of Ateng Grace, for giving us the opportunity to do this Masonic funeral service, which Kuyang Ernie has specifically requested me to do. Ateng Grace, although Kuyang Ernie is not with us anymore, but know this, you are part of the family, and the Masonic community will always support you. All you need to do is text me whatever you need, even if you only need a shoulder to cry on. I told myself I'm not going to cry. Because big boys don't cry. But the relationship that Kuyang Ernie and I had is one of real brothers. And ever since he was diagnosed with this illness, I was the only one who he talked to about it. And I cannot tell anyone, even my wife, because it was given to me in secret, and he doesn't want anyone to know. So it pains me to carry that, but because my dear brother asked me to do it, so I kept it to myself, and we had a lot of text messages. We had a lot of discussions about it, not only about his illness, but about life in general. Kuyang Ernie, if there are people who I really admire, not only as a Freemason, but as a person in general, there would only be a handful. And one of them is Kuyang Ernie. As Kuyang Emil said when I arrived, you look like my brother. And that's probably why Kuyang Ernie and I are very close to each other. Kuyang Ernie, you will be missed, but you will never be forgotten. Thank you.
That concludes the proceedings for tonight. We'd like to express our deepest gratitude to the family, Sister Grace, the Rivera family, for giving us an opportunity to provide Masonic service for Worshipful Brother Ernie, and to family and friends and brethren who attended tonight's first night, Brother Ernest, and tonight's proceedings. Again, to Sister Grace, Rivera family, ladies and gentlemen, and brethren, thank you all and good evening.
In behalf of the Rivera family, I would like to say thank you so much for coming tonight, for showing your love, for mourning with us the loss of his life, and also for celebrating his life. We thank you with all our hearts. Thank you, and have a good evening.